so we'll just see if anyone comes back in. A minute. Yes, Lois is in. Oh, yeah, I don't know what was going on over there. Not used to it, so that'll be a thing I might have to get used to, but I don't know. I'll just give people a chance to come over a minute. I'm just glazing something. I might be able to show you in a minute. I've just been messing with something as a tester. I don't know yet. We'll see. Yeah, Sasquatch. I don't know what you're saying. You're probably saying half of me was missing. Don't know. Let me just get this in there. Probably. Oh, hi Dobsy. Hi Maria. Hi Mary. Yeah. I've written a few things down to jog my memory of what I've been seeing, and I want to read out of a book as well, which is about, you know, what you believe in. Well, it's a bit like what you put out is what comes back to you. Yay, everybody's joining in. Yeah, it's nice to have other people in. And we've got Angel A. I'll just call it Angel A. It's coming in. Oh, it's Corn Dog, yeah. Hello.
Hi.
You need to go away. We're talking conspiracies.
Right, okay.
What?
Often.
You're off. He's off. Hi, Kathy. Run away.
Scurry.
Scurry. Oh, he's blocking me off now. He's not into everything I'm into, but, you know, he's seeing a few things, which is about what I'm about to talk about. Yeah, circle back, Ray, circle back. I know, he's been outside for a fag. And he's like, oh, God, she's on YouTube. Oh, that or Corn Dog, that makes me laugh. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's Corn Dog. Yeah, so I don't know, I'm going to start this off, but there's a lot of people not getting the point of what's going on. I mean, I'm going to go on about this because a friend just actually posted something on Facebook on a thing that I put up about the bee fashion, Balenciaga. I can never say the word, but you know, most of you know what I'm talking about, and I've been posting stuff about it. And this is where people miss the point, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Now, today I was sort of going to come on and do like gratitude things because it's Sunday Soul Day. You could say God Day, whatever. And I'm not, even though I sort of am, because everybody should be grateful for the point that where you're at on your journey, where you're at in life through all this thick and thin stuff that's going on, especially with the ridicule that people get. A lot of us have got for being truthers and putting stuff out, standing strong with our beliefs, what's been going on for the past couple of years. A lot of people have lost family and friends through either passing away or people just don't want to know you because obviously they thought we were crazy, though a lot of them people are starting to see now, which I'm about to talk about in a minute. Just still be grateful that you're where you're at because you were wise enough and strong enough to see what was going on. We can't blame a lot of people because the programming and the brainwashing has been very, very, very strong, as we know. And this Balansky thing isn't out in the media that strong yet. They're not reporting on it, and that is another thing. When people find out why they weren't, they'll understand why, because mainstream media are the problem. But this will be a mismatch of just how I'm going to put this out. So we all need to be grateful for where you're at right now, and you know, normally going through pain makes us stronger. There was something else I was going to say then. I'm very grateful for where I'm at, because I'm glad I woke up to stuff even though it was painful, because I wouldn't want to be in the situation some people are in now with certain things going on that is getting reported on more and more. Not really going to go into that because people know what I'm talking about, and it is a thing that's going on. But anyway, so when I talk about what you put out, you've got to remember whatever you're putting out comes back. I believe that. I've always believed that. And that's why I'm saying when people are saying they are something, or something's happening to them, or this is happening, it will do, and it will carry on, because God always gives you what you ask for. And I'm just going to read out of this book. This is one of the books my dad gave me and my sister years ago, Conversation with God. Now, I flipped through this, and I just like to flip through and see what page it falls on, and it fell on this page. So, guys having a conversation, God is answering back, so I'm going to read it to you. So true, the darkest times of my life, last few weeks have taken me back. Yeah, people take the power back. But this says, this might give some people comfort in a sense. So, are you really always giving, hi Stephanie, everyone exactly what they desire at any given time? God replies, yes, my beloved, I am. Your life is a reflection of what you desire, and what you believe you may have of what you desire. I cannot give you what you do not believe you may have. No matter how much you desire it, because I will not violate your own thought about it. I cannot. This is the law. Believing that you cannot have something is the same thing as not desiring to have it, for it produces the same results. This is why I say be very careful what you think and what you say about yourself, because it will come back. So the man says, but on earth we can have whatever we desire. We cannot have whatever we desire. It's like, you can. We cannot be in two places at once, for instance, and there are many other things we may desire but cannot have, because on earth we are all so limited. That's what you've been taught to believe. I know that you see it that way, and so that is the way is for you. For one thing that remains eternally true is that you all will always be given the experience you believe you will be given. Thus, if you say that you cannot be in two places at once, then you cannot be. But if you say that you can be somewhere you wish with the speed of your thought, and can even make yourself manifest in physical form in more than one place at any given time, then you may do that. Now you see that's where this dialogue leaves me. I want to believe that this information is coming straight from God. But when you say things like that, I get all crazy inside, because I just can't believe that. I mean, I just don't think what you've said there is true. Nothing in the human experience has demonstrated that. Oh, on the contrary. Saints and sages of all religions have been said to have done both on these things. Does it take a very high level of belief, an extraordinary level of belief, the level of belief attained by one being in 1,000 years? Yes. Does that mean it is impossible? No. So how can I create that belief? How can I get to that level of belief? You cannot get there. You can only be there, be. And I am not trying to play with words. I mean that. This kind of belief that I would call complete knowing, as we always say, it's a knowing, is not something you try to acquire. In fact, if you are trying to acquire it, you cannot give it. It is something you simply are. You simply are this knowing. You are this being. Such beingness comes out of a state of total awareness. It can come out of only such a state. If you are seeking to become aware, then you cannot be. It is like trying to be 6 feet tall when you're 4'9". You cannot be 6 feet tall. You can only be what you are, 4'9". You will be 6 feet tall when you grow into that. When you are 6 feet tall, you will then be able to do all the things that 6 foot tall people can do. And when you are in a state of total awareness, when you will be able to do all the things that beings in a state of total awareness can do. Do not therefore try to believe that you can do these things. Try instead to move to a state of total awareness. Then belief will no longer be necessary. Complete knowing will work its wonders, and that is so, so true. So true. Hi Jay. Hi RJJ. Hi Julie. Hi Mark. Yeah, so again, if you're someone who's saying they can't do something or something's happening to them or this is happening or whatever, it will be doing because you're putting it out to the universe. And 17 and 7 is in. Oh my God. 17 people and 7 thumbs up. It's just gone down to 15 as I pointed to it because they're my numbers. And that's just stating a fact that, yes, it is true. God is speaking. Yes, so I hope you all got that. Listen to it again. But totally makes sense to me. If you're saying you cannot do something, therefore you won't. If you're saying you can't have money or you shouldn't have money, you won't have money. That's how it works. And it's like that belief is a knowing. And that's why we've always said with the certain movements and things going on, it's a knowing. It's a knowing. Doesn't mean because you can't see things going on behind the scenes, things aren't happening. It's a knowing. They are anyway because it's clearly being seen. But I just thought that was beautiful. So you've got to think about, what you're saying and thinking, putting out will come back. That's why I've known with certain things that I'm doing. I can't remember whose account it is on Twitter, but it's the face of JFK Jr. And on the lines it said, because I can't look at it because I'm on my phone, it said something on the lines of, in this show that we're all in, you are, part of this show. You're in this show as like an actor, say. It's how you play your part in this show because you're being seen. And I've said this for a while. If you remember the film, the first one's best one, it says a lot about the Kennedy family in it. The Christmas Chronicles, that was on Netflix, is a Q film, by the way. And when it was sort of showing you, hinting to Santa looking at all the children around the world on the TV, if you don't think the white hats know, and as I'm saying, this 17 is in, the white hats know what people are doing, individuals are doing, and you don't have to be a massive big personality or a celebrity for those I believe white hats to be seeing what normal people are doing around the world in all the countries. They know who are doing what, I believe, because they took a few people and put them on the Q boards a bit ago. And to someone who was saying, is Q still dropping? Yes, Q is still dropping. They know, because the technology that's used to, what has been used to collect people's world, the world, people of the world's information is also being used on them now. So they knew what people are up to. The white hats know what people are up to, and that's why I'm saying be careful what you speak about and stuff, because they know who's on the good side of the good, if you know what I mean. I think I'm still pushing it in the game. Laugh out loud. Has anyone? The Elon Musk nightstand challenge. I tried to listen into the Elon Musk thing, but there's loads going on there anyway. Like I said, there's just too much going on. 17 and 7 still there. And it is amazing. And Angel. What's that? I think we almost do the work. The secret forgot the part. Yes, the secret didn't put the full part in of the work. And it's like I said, it's the knowing, it's the believing. When you're saying you are something or someone's doing something or whatever, then that's what will be happening to you, because that's what you believe's happening to you. If you believe something's happening or you can't do something, that's what's going to happen, because that's the belief you're in. That's why I say I've always believed in that, a knowing. I've always said a knowing about what the Q movement was and all that, and the belief in it, because a lot of people on that belief that is coming in. It works like that as well. So anyway, there was that. So like I said, you're all playing your part. What part are you playing? I'm playing part on the good side. I've been playing the part as far as I know. Within my heart, I've been trying to help people. I've been trying to help people with information. No, I've not got all the information, but with bits of information to help people see. I've been trying to help people keep calm throughout these past few years. I think I've done quite a good job. Of comments I've got on here and off people and people around me at home, people coming out saying different things now. I do believe that. Type Elon Musk nightstand in the tube. I will, I can't do it now. But anyway, so we've got Kanye doing his thing, shouting out a load of stuff. He did get banned on Twitter, but I think he's trolling as well, and he's getting people looking at stuff because the media shout out, they think he's going mad again. They want to put him back into a mental hospital, but he's just pointing out things that he's been shouting about just to get people to look. And apparently he did shout out that he loves Hitler. He didn't say that. He said he loves all sort of people, and something on the lines of even Hitler, just meaning loves all sort of people. He didn't say it the way the media had said they said it. They cut it out, but that's the media. That's what they do. They edit, and there are loads of people who do that, edit stuff to make it fit. Trying to make him sound crazy. So that's quite funny. The trolls are out. Oh, the trolls are out in full swing as usual. Yes, they're out in full swing. You've done a great job helping us all. Thank you, Mary. I know I've been doing that. You know, I don't need need people to tell me, because that's been my intention, because it's also helped me. So we had the JFK Jr. It's not JFK Jr., but the whoever's got that face up on Twitter, mind you never know. Yeah, we've got the Elon's Twitter is just amazing at the minute, and who he's showing up, and they're also going into why people were censored, all the accounts that were censored, why they were censored, why they got chucked off, because it's going to show you why, and it's going to show you what they were speaking about. They were trying to speak out and they were getting censored for it. That's all going on over there. We've also got the lovely video that I put up. If you saw the woman called Sandy, I don't know what her second name was, the woman who was ripping up her Gucci bag. Now, this is a problem I have with people. So I put that video up and I put it up on Facebook. Now, a friend of mine who's a friend, she's lovely, and she probably doesn't know a lot about it because it's not in the mainstream media, is that they're not speaking about it, or they won't, would they? I think it's seeping out. We all know it's everywhere else. So I put that out, and the woman's a millionaire. This is people's mindsets again. They don't get the point. Now, she came back to me and said, well, she took the money, you know, she already took the money, she already bought the bags, the Gucci bags and all that, connected to Balenciaga, I can never say that name, so is Christie's and Adidas and other places. So she was cutting up her bags, and she said, you know, they cost me thousands, but she's a millionaire, so to her that's nothing, it's, you know, like peanuts, but to us it's a lot of money, but whatever. So she come back and said, well, she give the money out, she brought those and give the money to them anyway, and something like, you know, it's all right if she's got the money to cut up handbags, meaning, no, it's all right for some people to have that much money to cut up a handbag. It doesn't mean anything. That's missing the point. It's nothing to do with how much money she's got. If she's a millionaire, so what? If she's made a million, she's made a millions. The point was, she didn't know. She stated in the video, this is where people don't listen to what people are saying. She stated in the video, she didn't know. She's only just found out, so she started cutting all her designer stuff up. And she said, if she finds out any of her designer stuff, not saying all designers are the same, designer stuff is of the same thing, she'll get rid of them. And someone said, well, you should give them to charity, you should give them to, I know, Kathy, you should give them to the homeless people. She said, I would not give these to the homeless people. If you've seen the video, it's like shitting on a plate and giving a homeless person that to eat, because why would you want something that is from paedophilia, pedo people that are making these things and pushing it? So no, so my friend got it wrong, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. When I went over to her and I said, look, she said she just found out. These people aren't even aware of how deep it goes, but all they can see is, oh, well, she's got money, you know, she I wish we had, you know, she's got that much money, she can just do that. No, that's missing the point. As people are always going about people with money, missing the point. Is to do with the children. When they find that out, they're going to feel a bit stupid because they're not listening to what people are saying. She clearly said she didn't know. Most people are just finding out now. My sister went on a Christmas do yesterday. Yeah, it was disgusting, those, yeah, and the figurines and everything. These people don't look into it. They don't know where to go to look into it. But my sister went out on a Christmas do last night, and her friends have started waking up, and one of her friends said, I can't believe it. She said, I'm on your side now. She's literally come into this so-called conspiracy theories group now, you know, welcome to our side, because she said it's disgusting. Her other friends were going, why, what? Because they haven't seen much of it, but she started to see. When I said to my sister, this is where they'll go into fear when they find out, but this is what you're all there for, to help them not go into fear, to understand. But it is coming out on a massive level, so people are having these conversations. Had a conversation with my mum today and one of her friends, and she was saying, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, you know, this, that and the other. And she's not heard much of it because my mum watches TV, so she's not going to see much of it. But one of her friends, whose family member is in the police, said they know about a lot of stuff, but they're too scared to say anything. They won't say anything because they know they'll lose their job. And I said, I know. My mum said, well, it's supposed to be some horrible stuff. I said, Mum, I know how horrible it is. I know how deep it is. I've been telling you. Nobody listens. I said, people were too afraid to speak out, especially with jobs, because they don't want to lose their jobs. A lot of people do speak out and they lose their jobs and they're not bothered because you just don't want to turn a blind eye. we've been speaking out. Many people around the world have been speaking out, but there's a lot of people that were in fear because of the jobs and stuff like that, and that was also in lockdown as well. And then she said there was another friend who we saw, and they said, do you know what? Do you know what, Janine? Do you know what he said? Because she knows how much of a Trump supporter I am. She said, he said he likes Trump. I said, yeah, a lot of people are saying that now. And they said that, well, if you look at the economy when Trump was in, and you look at this and you look at that, it was fine. There was no wars, there was no ISIS and all that crap everyone seems to forget about. And then they turned around and said, Biden's a dickhead. I said, yeah, look what's happened since Biden's been in. I said, funny that, isn't it? But the mainstream media will slag Trump off. Matt Hancock, who's a murderer in my eyes, people watching I'm a Celebrity, oh, he's all right, yeah, he's all right. Yeah, that's what the media want you to think. Yeah, they want you to forgive him. We're not forgiving. The orders he was giving out for care homes, now he's trying to blame it on the workers. He was giving the bloody orders. These people. He comes out of I'm a Celebrity. I've not been, I don't watch all that sort of stuff. Don't watch TV, watch films, don't watch all that sort of stuff. He's come out, first person he slags off is Trump. I can't think why. And today I've just found this in my drawer because I'd lost it a while back. My sister got me these for my birthday or Christmas. There's the one with Kim Jong-un. But I've got both of them. Said to my fellow, I'm going to make him into a medallion. Damn it. Only joking. I wind him up all the time. Surprised he's still with me. But he's with me because he loves me. You can see what I'm doing. We've got Crispy Mantis in as well. So we've got a lot of people in. So, like I've said, a lot of people are waking up. And they will all wake up a lot to this fashion industry business that's going on because they can see it more and they can see what they've been pushing on the kids. It's just, and because that's influenced by the Kardashians, it influences a lot of teenagers and, young kids and your very young children. So it's quite a big boom. There's going to be a lot of big booms over the next couple of months and it's coming out everywhere. It's fucking amazing, as I keep saying. Also, there was pictures of, I don't know if I put it up, Jenner, I don't know if it's Kylie Jenner, she's all covered in blood and all that. And that's supposed to be an advertisement for makeup, really. And then my dad said one of his friends who's a painter, they tried to get in contact with him this year because he has a big following on Instagram to advertise her makeup. He's not into makeup, he's a painter, and he just ignored it anyway because I think he knew about, certain stuff and how the, the part of certain things. So it's all coming out everywhere. And like we said, someone had to do this and we knew it was going to be Elon because everybody's over there. Cockface, yeah. Sorry to hear that. What's that? My friend sadly fully vaxxed has been referred to a heart specialist. Yeah, there's a lot of people now, and I had someone say on here the other day, and there's a lot of people that I've heard around me that are having heart conditions, and if they even look probably on the back of those, on the side effects of all that, it is on there. It is awful. But a lot of people are still not clicking on to the fact that they've put something in the body. Now you see these people who are clicking onto the Blancy thing, when they do the research, it'll go back around, it'll boomerang back round to lockdown, and they don't click on because they don't want to think that they've done something about researching before you put something into your body. That's a fact that's being reported. So, and I've just heard something today off 2 people about something as well where I'm like, right, okay. So we got told about this when winter hit, it would start coming because also people will go for more because it's winter time. I've had a bit of cold and all that. It's going, I've just been snuffling. I've took nothing for it apart from vitamin C and zinc. Nothing else. So yeah, sorry to hear that. A lot of people are going to be hearing that. I can't, guys, she's a close friend and tried to stop her getting... See, this is the one thing that people get upset about. When friends and family, and you've told them, it's so disheartening because we've tried to tell them. And I was having a conversation with, I think it was Kathy, we've had conversations about this, but it's like you said, you can't tell them, they've got to be shown, and it's like... They've made their own choice. It's not a fair choice because they've not had both sides of the do you know what I mean? Like, this is this and this is this. They all thought we were mad not saying it because the media weren't obviously pushing their agenda. If they'd have seen both sides more and the censoring hadn't been, it hadn't all been censored, they would have had more choices to make that choice, which wouldn't have been a fair choice, which Trump said when he came in it was choice and it was voluntary, not to be, you know, what Biden was pushing, yes, you must have it, and everybody else. But that's why the media were censoring it, and that's why Elon's got Twitter, so the truth can come out about everything. Then at least we would have had a fair chance of choosing, but people felt in fear. A lot of people were fearing in losing their jobs. That's why a lot did it. That's what people said to me at the works I'm at now. They did it because they thought they were going to lose a job, which I can understand. But yeah, but it's hard to see when you see these people now that are starting to get things, and you know, they're reporting more on, oh, sudden death, that we didn't used to have that. And it's not because, I mean, the unvaccinated are not getting this. I've got a normal cold that I get every year, year in, year out, seasonal. But all the ones who seem to be ill are all the ones who've had you could even say the tests, what was on the tests. You know, the woman's walked out of court, thank God. The nurse who was injecting the older people, because she did it with saline, salt water, because she obviously knew what they were doing. So she did it with salt water, so it wasn't affecting them. People who sit there and say, oh no, it's not happening, they're calling people who are unvaccinated and this, that and the other, we've been telling you, and it's all beginning to come out. But they won't look because they're scared. I'd rather have people saying they have took it and start reporting on what they have got. And because I reckon there will be things that will be able to counteract it, and you know, in the end, it's a man-made thing they've put out. There'll be something for it, but I'm not saying it won't. It might not ever be able to change some things, because, like we've said, is it changing people's DNA? You know, it's in the bloodstream. People are getting things like that. That's why people are calling the unvaccinated pure bloods now, because they haven't had that messed with what you've been putting in the body. And I think there's a lot of people who stopped at 2 or whatever. I don't even know what they're pushing. I don't even know what they're pushing now. I know they're still pushing it, I believe, but the more you've had, I think the more you've had, the harder it's going to be, and you've like really shot your immune system down. So when you get something now, I believe these people will be really ill. People shouldn't shoot the messengers of people who are saying this. They get angry with us. They get angry with people who are saying. Don't get angry with the people that were telling you. Get angry because you didn't take the time to research. I know that sounds harsh. There could be people on here that have done it, but people are beginning to realise, even some of my sister's friends have said they'd never take any more because they said their immune system is shot to death. I've heard conversations with people at my work. No, don't shoot the messengers, people. People tell you. So yeah, someone's been in 5 weeks in hospital with a blood infection. They're saying it's come from the grandkid. Yeah, they're saying all sorts. I mean, they're saying to people now that they're getting headaches because of climate change. I doubt it. A friend at work said they're getting headaches. They've had the jabs. No. So it's crazy. But like I said, there's a lot of people waking up. I've just been messing around. I've just been messing around making some charms today, and this is nowhere near anything thingy, but I was just laughing at it because it was an egg. I don't know why I was doing an egg. People all have egg on their face. And I don't mean that in a horrible way either, but you can't see on this. You can't even see the shine. This camera's terrible. I've not rang up again. I keep forgetting. It's like a little eggy charm. Eggy charm. But, oh, exciting, I know. But we got warned about this. We got told about this. We got told about people would be having illnesses and things would be going on, and people didn't believe us, and it is started to happen. They did say, a lot of people did say winter, but you know, I mean, we are in a war. You know, people, I mean, I put a bit of a finger before the certificate of, you know, being unvaccinated, because the strongest have stood up for, it's not because the other side didn't, because that's what they thought, but have really stood in the power of saying, you know, I'm not having this, I don't care what they're saying, what they're telling me to do, I'm not doing it. And we didn't. I'm having them out in the new year. Having what out in the new year? Headache, root canal. Do you know what? I've just been talking about root canals because I went to the dentist and she was saying I might need a root canal. And I was saying to my mum, I don't know, because I know you can still get pain with that and I don't think it's worth it. So I don't know if it's worth it if they took it out and I had something else put in, but not to have, you know, like a little, I don't mean a screw-in one, but I've just heard so many bad things about root canals. So I don't know if anybody knows on air, but even my mum was like, you know, she had one years ago and had a crown, but the dentist was like, oh, but you could still have like a dull aching, like aching when you go to bed at night. And I thought, well, I'm never going to sleep, am I? So I don't know if it's worth it or if it's worth it to extract and do something else rather than a root canal, because they also say root canals, they don't even work. So say you're paying like £800 for it and then it don't work and then they want you paying more money. I mean, I know it's all a bloody con and, you know, they've fucked a lot of people up with the metal fillings that we have, because that's what it was. You see, I have a little tooth there and it cracked off in lockdown, and I've just been going to the dentist now to try and figure out what to do with it because he struck me off, so I'm private now. That's a pain in the ass because it's a lot of money, but I'm having a bit of work done now and then I've got to think about that. But I'm just thinking I've really got to think about the root canal, so I don't know if anybody knows. Don't get root canal, it's connected to the don't do it. Yeah, I've been thinking don't do it. Thank you, teeth are direct. Yeah, I know they're connected. I know our teeth are connected to points of our brains, bodies. You could even say meridians, whatever. I know that, but you know, I have had fillings and stuff like most of us had back in the day. But I think that's why they did give us fillings that were metal, because it messes your teeth up and it, you know, in the end, I know all about that. Yeah, I've researched on that. But as soon as she said root canal, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'd rather have it extracted. And yeah, I know about coconut oil. Yeah, coconut oil pulling's really good. I used to do that ages ago. I should start trying it up again. But she said to save the tooth, like she could build it up. But I'm just thinking, because I thought she could build it up anyway. But she was like, oh no, might have to do root canal. I'm thinking, she didn't say that last time. She didn't say that last time. I had a root canal. But, you know, it was taken out a few weeks ago because it broke. Yeah, and I know they do. But as soon as she said you might have a dull ache when you go to sleep and that could stay, I thought, why would I want that? Because then I'd have to have, yeah. So I'm not rushing about it. If I have to have it taken out, I'll have it taken out and then I'll sort it out. I'm not, yeah, I don't think I'll be having it. Me and my mum were talking about it today and she even said, and I said, as soon as she said it, she must have seen my face because I was like, root canal, I know they're not bad. I mean, I know they're not good, you know, research out information. Yeah, well, that's how they get us, don't they? They get us through everything they can. Oh, that's painful stuff. Yeah, I've heard it's painful as well. I'm having them out in the new year. What, your fillings? Use clove oil. Yeah, I've got clove oil. Clove oil on your teeth kills toothache and numbness. Yeah, I haven't got toothache at the minute, but she was saying if I have root canal, it could sort it out. But when they've done it and they've capped it, it could still have it could still have an aching. You wouldn't want to put up with that all the time, would you? I'd rather have it out and then get something done. Yeah, they are quick to get you. Yeah, because she didn't tell me this before. She told me when I went in last week, and I was like, right, so she's getting paid for this, and then she's saying about this, and I'm thinking, and she told me the price, and I was like, yeah, like I've just got money to go here, yeah. Root canal kills the tooth, it then becomes infested with all sorts of causes. Yeah, and I've heard you can get like abscesses and all that, and I could just imagine like getting that, and it might be all right for a bit, and then having problems with it, and then you'd have to have it taken out, which is going to cost more money, so it's probably going to cost you twice as much. So yeah, I've really got to think about it. I mean, I don't really think about it. I don't want it, but think about what I'm going to do. Yeah, root canal, toxic infections. Yeah. So it's like you can have it extracted because she reckons the tooth there, so the wall on it's so thin because of the filling I had there. That you'd have to extract it. So obviously it's a little tooth there. If you can see, there'd be a little gap. So obviously you can have a screw in, but I don't think they're good because it's the metal thing again in it. So it's a bit like, oh, because I know all about that, but it's like, what to do? And I know you can have things like clicking and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. What's that? Oh, is that the root cause? Yeah, thank you, Red Eye Jedi. So I do know about that. But yeah, thank you all for putting up what I thought as well. Yeah, I love it when they make a whole long shopping list of procedures you had no idea you needed. Yeah, because it's all about the money. Save it for later. That's exactly where my two. Yeah. So she sort of sorted it out, and I've just got to think about. So I'm just going to be thinking about, oh, I'll go to another dentist and get it done. I don't mean the root canal. I mean getting it. I don't know, whatever I've got to have done. Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. You can get a second opinion maybe, or definitely look into alternatives. Yeah, I won't be doing that. I'm not being hasty and going, yeah, I'm going to go and do it. I will. The thing is, I will have to have it out if I'm not doing that. But it's there at the minute, so, you know, whatever. Yeah, just like the tooth crumble at its own accord, then the gum will heal and you can put a fake tooth in. Plenty of good fake alternative. Yeah, I think that's the thing, because it's not like she said, ooh, you've got to have it out, like, how she's packed it, if that crumbles away, because I know that's only like, what do you call it, like, not permanent, like temporarily. But I'm not just going to jump into it, because she seemed to be pushing me off the root canal, and my brain just went off and went, no. So, yeah, then I'll have to look at alternatives, because I'll have to save for that. So, yeah, a pain in the ass. Yeah, the body knows what to do. Yeah, because she was like, it's really funny, because last time I went, she was like, oh, you need to do this, this, and this. And then I was doing things, but I wasn't actually doing what she told me. And then when I went back, she went, oh, it's a lot better. Have you been doing what I said? And I was like, yeah, I thought, no, I haven't. I've been doing other things. So, yeah, but I don't know if I had 4 fillings. I don't know, I had 4 fillings in my mouth. She refilled one, because this was in lockdown, so I weren't going dentist in lockdown. And then the one that cracked off in lockdown, is the one I'm talking about, which is saying, no, the other one was fine. She said if that ever went in the future, blah, blah, blah. But this is because it's more around this side, you know, where you smile. So I was like, yeah, but when she said that, I was just like that. But I know loads of people have been having problems, but you do get problems as, you know, we go on in our years and stuff like that. But I do understand now from, obviously, when I started coming into certain truths and things of, you know, why they've put the metal, you know, fillings in our mouths and what that affects, and our teeth are very important. But that's why I believe they do all this stuff now with, I know a lot of people do it, but, you know, like whitening your teeth, I think that weakens your teeth. A lot of people get sensitive teeth through doing that. I've heard people complain. I remember when I did it a few years ago, and it was like, Jesus, you know, and it's all this stuff now, people getting the teeth done in Turkey. I'm not knocking anyone, you know, I know people have had it done, but filing your teeth down, they're doing all this stuff for people to do the teeth. Your teeth aren't naturally that white, the way they have the whiteness out there with bleaching and all this stuff that you put in teeth. I think it weakens your teeth personally, and I think it makes them very sensitive, because they know how important your teeth are and what they're connected to, because, you know, yeah, yes, and using sensitive toothpaste, they aren't good for you. No, and that's what she gave me. But I think, yeah, coconut oil is good. I used to do that a while back, so I'll have to get back into that. But yeah, you know, they're getting everyone to do all this stuff with the teeth, and it's in fashion to have them so white, and then everyone's having veneers and this, that, and the other. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that stuff, because obviously when something happens, like I said, this has happened, I might need something putting in. But you know, they could have good alternatives. They don't have to have the shit they have out. I'm not saying all dentists are bad and all of that's bad for you, but I do believe there's certain things out there, you know, with the fluoride, toothpaste, and they want everyone filing the teeth down to have these perfect smiles with the perfect veneers. It's like everybody looks the same, but I think there's an agenda in that. Yeah, fluoride toothpaste. Yeah. My fellow had aloe vera. There's lots of toothpaste out there, and you can make your own with coconut oil, and I used to do that, carbonate of soda as well. So you can make your own. You can brush your teeth with coconut oil, you know, the hard coconut oil. So yeah, thanks for all saying that, because I did definitely think it wasn't a good area to go down with the root canal, so thank you. I use my candle with soda and coconut oil, not had any sensitive, but yeah. So I've got some upstairs actually. I think it was anything else I was saying, just went off on a tangent about teeth there. What's that one? Yeah, yeah. It's just really, I was just having a bit of a shout out again about, you know, people are waking up, and I'm having lots of conversations. I've had conversations with Kathy on here, and Lois, and we've been talking about, you know, just how they're hearing a lot more people waking up. There's people that still aren't, but they will do. But like I said, it's just you keeping yourself sane. I know it's not nice, like Mary said, she's got a friend who's in hospital, and you know these things are happening to people. But this was that thing where Q had been preparing us for a very long time for what was coming, and now people are seeing it. It's probably hitting them more hard, because it's like you hear these things and you know things are going to happen, but when they do start happening, and especially when they're happening to people close to you, you're like, holy shit, like this isn't nice, because it's not, is it? But I don't think any of the wars we've been in over time have been nice, you know. So as we know, we've been in a war, but like I've said, be grateful that you have stood strong in your beliefs and have kept yourself safe from them certain things, and that you may have helped other people not to. I totally believe that my fella, if he wasn't with me, would have had it, because he did believe it at one point, because he was with me and we were in our bubble and stuff. Not that we listened anyway, I didn't. He didn't. Whereas my sister's fella, he's had quite a few problems since he's had them not having any more. So yeah, but at least you kept yourself out of that. You know, it's been hard. It's been hard. Yes, mate, you're on much better. Yeah, cheaper. Oh, no, just put something in there. And then I've just been doing this while we've just been sat there. So I'm just messing around with certain things. You know, like I said, I'm messing around with certain things now. I painted it, but I didn't paint it white. It was white anyway, but because I couldn't be bothered, because it was white, but I would have painted it white anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I've just done a sort of little llama badge. I was just messing with it. As I said, the colour won't show up on here because the lighting in here is rubbish. My phone is rubbish. I'm just going to test this out. I'm just messing with a lot of designs at the minute. Some are not proper designs of what will be going out in the new year. That I'm just testing stuff. I've also been making some lovely, I've made my mum a pair as well. Do you know what? I think there's so much I wanted to say and I forgot, because there's that much going on. But like I said, that conversation with God bit I wrote out, you've got to, you know, you're in the knowing. Just let me see if this will. I don't say things are happening to me, this is happening, because I believe, you know, like it says in that book, as God was responding, you can have anything you want, you can be anything you want. Got to have that knowing. Like I said, if you believe you shouldn't have money, you believe you should be poor, you believe bad things are happening to you, then therefore they will, because that's what you believe. But is anyone else having conversations with people? Are you seeing more of that go on? You know, in fact, stop going to the dentist. But they are, but because I haven't been for ages and I had to have this looked at, and I had them cleaned. Is what she said, so I know. But sometimes I think there are bits you can have done that help out, and then you can go and do things at home. Do you know what I mean? Because I needed a bit of a deep clean and I couldn't do that myself. But I know it's like you can go to the doctors, it doesn't mean the doctors are all bad. It's not that all prescriptions are totally bad. It's not that everyone's saying all vaccines are bad. It's just, you know, there's a lot that is. But there are certain stuff that can help, but most of it is to keep you stuck in that thing. As I know that. But yeah, I have spoke about coconut oil before. It's really good. It's just that pulling, it takes a bit sometimes. Sometimes when you're tired, you're like, oh, I can't be bothered, but, you know, I guess you have to make the effort. Everyone's trying to get back to health. No one has spoken to me about what's going on the freaky, because they will. Yeah, but you've got to remember, you might be around, like you've told me, people who are in fear and they don't know what's going on, and the people who get the paper in the morning and watch the TV, they're not going to. You might hear conversations with other people. I hear it through friends, and I hear it because at work I hear people talking about it. But then again, I'm always sort of going, have you seen this? Have you seen this? So they haven't got much point. They haven't got much hope with me not knowing stuff, because I put it out. My fellow just rolls his eyes. I'm like, yeah. So this little badge is so cute. He's so cute. What's this? Oh, I think I've glued it on by accident. I have. Oh, it did have a pin badge on the back, and I've glued it on by accident like an idiot. I might be able to get it off. See if I can get it off. Probably not. Oh. Start again. See if I can get that back on. I'll show you what me and I might have broke it. What's going on there? Oh, right. You know what I'm going on about in a minute. So, oh, hi June, have you just come in? But yeah, honest to God, Twitter's just hammering it at the minute. Twitter's brilliant. Apparently they're supposed to have banned Elon, he's banned himself. They're supposed to have banned, what's going on here? Have I got the wrong end of this something or other? Oh yeah, I have. I've done the right thing, I've got the wrong thing in. They're supposed to have banned Kanye, but I was laughing because I think he's done it on purpose, because they've got to show that, you know, it's they're stopping the censoring, so, but they've also said they would, you know, ban people if they were saying certain stuff, and Kanye was saying certain stuff about stuff, but I just think it's just a bit of a ploy to get people looking, and also he's being fair about stuff. I can't even explain that, but some people know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they do get very defensive, Kathy, if you talk about the people who took the jobs get very defensive. The reason why they get very defensive is if they work out that it is the truth, they're going to go into fear of what they've put into the body, and that's most people. Most people don't want to look at it because they're too scared to talk about it because they've took it. And it's like they don't want to think about that they never really looked at something and just blindly took something because the government was telling them to, or whatever was telling them to. So most people won't because they're scared. I think the bravest people are the ones who are speaking out that have, and you know, there's a lot of people that tried to post things and they got censored where people are ill and they're having the shakes and they're having all these things. That's the ones that people don't see because it weren't being put out for a reason. But like I said, people shouldn't go around shooting the messengers. They should try and listen. And it's not saying everybody will get something, because like I said, a lot of saline went out apparently and other stuff, and it was a bit like Russian roulette. So, and maybe some people's immune systems have been quite strong that, you know, yeah, a lot of people will get talked about the children, but the children are going to get talked about because the Valencia thing's going to hit. It's blowing up like massively, and that's the one thing that people can't turn the blind eye to. Like I said to this friend today, she's just going on about a bag and how much it costs to split up. That's missing the point. It's missing the point. We're talking about children. That woman only just found out about the fashion industry. She's a millionaire, so what? She ripped her bags up that cost thousands, so what? At least she's doing it. At least she's speaking out. At least she's got the balls to do it and chuck her stuff out and put it on camera. She said she doesn't normally do stuff like that, but she wants people to know. But a lot of programme people will go on about, oh, at least she's, you know, she's got the money to be able to cut stuff up like that. It's like it's missing the point. We're talking about the children, but these people don't get it. But like I said, it's also because they're not seeing a lot, because mainstream media are trying to cover it up. It's coming out in other places, you know, so they're going to be shocked. So yeah, so there's the badge. It's got a gloss on it, you probably can't see, and I've just made this and it's got a little pin on it. So hi Claire, I've been Reikiing a few who have had issues and they are having detox symptoms. Yeah. You see? It's so cute. It's like super cute. This is Bella. This is the, where is it? Is it in here? It's in here. This is part of the character that's coming into my thingy next year. So this is Bella the llama, and this is Bella the badge. Did you see? So I'm going to be making a few badges and things and pins. This was just a tester, just to see. So I'll probably keep that one. But I think she's cute. I'm the resident conspiracy nut at work, but I've been getting some more complimentary compliments lately than they say they're getting their next. Oh, complimentary comments lately. Then they say they're getting. I know it's bonkers. They'll say they see things and then they go and do that, but you know. I thought it was class, her money, not supporting paedophilia. Good on her. Exactly, Red Eye Jedi. She may have a lot of money. This is what people say, you know, people have got money, they're all bad. No, she's got money through her devices of probably working her ass off on something or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But like Red Eye Jedi said, I thought it was class, her money. It's her money if she's not supporting the paedophilia, because people say that's what the person was trying to say. Well, she was, because she given them money, yeah, but she didn't know. Now she knows she's not. Most people don't know. They're just following the fashion, aren't they? So yeah. Yeah, it's a weird space to be in right now. Twilight, God, it's the Twilight Zone. It is, because you'll hear people say they know, and you'll hear people say, oh yeah, look at this, and the next minute they're like, yeah, but I'm going off getting me, and it's like, what? Oh yeah, I know, but it's like, yeah, you know, but what? Well, like I said, they're looking at that money thing. It's like nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with how much money she was spending on blah, blah, blah. Like they're half asleep. It's like something's in the jam that's making them brains go to mush, honestly. I just look at people like... Because even though I talk to people, I can show people some stuff sometimes. When you're showing them, they're like, oh yeah, isn't that weird? And then they go off and do the thing and you're like... Hello? Hello? Yeah, but you've got to remember, at the end of the day, these people are brainwashed by the media, and the media have had a very strong hold on people for many years. It's, in a way, it's not their fault. I've said before, they thought they were doing something right to save people. We thought we were doing things right to help people to save. Do you know what I mean? So it's because we've all had the same intentions, but like I said, they've not had the truth on seeing two sides and then being able to make their own decision up about what they wanted to do. If they would have had more of what people have been saying and what's been censored, a lot of people would have thought twice about doing it, but they hadn't had that. Yeah, a lot of people are like bots. Yeah, they are. So yeah, so I'm gonna go, but like I said, I just keep saying this: concentrate on you, concentrate on you getting well, you healing, you staying in that space of, well, a bit like I said with the conversation with God, enjoying, believing in yourself and knowing, you know, what you need, and you can have those things, and being the eye in the storm, the calm in the storm, because there's lots more to come. But as you go through this, you're going to see a lot more people waking up. There'll probably be a lot more anger. I've been saying this on and on and on. You are part of this show. You are part of this story. It's what you're doing. How are you playing your part in this story? Because I believe everything's being seen. They know what people are doing, especially if you're on platforms. They know what you're doing. They know the sort of things you're putting out. If you're helping people or not helping people, you're going against people. You are being seen. These groups of intelligence people, white hats, whatever you want to call them, I believe they know, especially when you're on a platform, what people are doing, and the good patriots that are trying to help, because I've seen it. Yeah, I used to think I was blagging life and everyone else knew what they were doing, but not. Do you know, Mark? That's what I used to think. I used to think everyone knew what they were doing and I didn't, and I was just milling around and wasn't sure, and because there was things I didn't want to do that everyone was doing, and I used to think it was a bit like whatever it was, and now I know why. It's because your intuition was telling you, God within you was telling you it's not right, you know. And now you look and you think, these are all the people you thought had the shit together. These are all the people that have, and not seeing what we're seeing. So, and a lot of people will agree with that, you know. yeah, and Kathy said she was the one who used to think she was stupid, so do I. I used to get told I was stupid. Now I'm like, really? These so-called intelligent people don't look into anything, have done what they've done. I'm not knocking people, I'm just saying it as a fact of what it is. And they would look down at other people, you know, ooh, you're not in a high-flying job, ooh, you're not intelligent. It's like, really? Do you call intelligence by what you were programmed at school to do? It's just a load of program of what they want you to feed into and how they want you to learn and what they want to teach you to keep you down and believe in their side of their things, you know? That's how it is. All the names I've been called, crazy how things turn. I know, it's bonkers. You know, all the ridicule, all the pointed fingers, all the laughs, you know, people, if you've got friends on Facebook who are like, and you're just like, now the worm's turned, and it's like, really? We're the stupid ones? Really? Like I said, I don't mean that in a nasty way. There could be people watching, but I know there'll be people who, I know because people have said this, did not want to speak out, but even if, like, I know somebody in my area who said, you know, I did take the first job and I felt really ill, and after that I started looking into it, I started realising it's those people who keep quiet and could be watching now and think, do you know what, that person's right, but we just didn't want to say because they were scared. Or sometimes it's ego, they don't want to say to people, to the people that were trying to help them. You know, it's been crazy, but that's why I always say you've just got to keep yourself balanced, in check. You're not stupid. Keep doing you. Keep doing you. And you keep doing you, Kathy. You know what I'm talking about? Keep doing you. Keeping yourself well in all these times. Don't bother about other people. It's not to be like cut people off. Just let them do their thing, and you just be happy doing what you're doing, everybody. And just keep moving forward as we go through this storm, because it's going to get a bit more rocky. Don't get angry with people. Just let them be, because they are going to see. They are going to see. And I do believe in the end they'll come back round and they'll want to talk to people. So just be there for them when they do. Hold that space when they do. Because you can see how it's been manipulated. We were there at one point, even if you weren't fully manipulated, you know, and you're going to see the fear in their eyes, and you're going to, it's like I said to my sister before we go, she said 17 in chat, there you go, she said, you know, my friends will go into fear. I said, yeah, but that's what we're here for, to say that it's okay. I had a guy at work who was like, well, why isn't something going against this? It's awful. It's this. I said, there is. And this is why I can say it with a smile on my face. And, you know, don't worry too much, because, like I said, I'm not saying things aren't going on, people aren't dying, this isn't happening, or that's not happening over there. I'm saying, and it's like I said to Mum, she said, oh, our generation. I said, no, it's not for your generation, Mum, it's for our kids and our kids' future. There was 17 in there. And, you know, this is what we've all been holding on to. I have a younger member of the family who's alienated me and called me a hate speech inciter because I was trying to stop people. Yeah. And now, you know, now it is up to them, because there's more coming out, and a lot of them have done what they've done, so they're going to have to deal with what's coming. But, yeah, you are not on your own. None of you are on your own. This is why people are speaking out on the channels are on. This is why I do what I do on here, because I know there's people that are on their own. I mean, physically on your own, but you're not on your own, because there's loads of us that feel the same. And you can still be in a house full of people and still think you're on your own, because if they're not believing in certain things, you're not on your own. We're in this together. That's why the slogan of Q is where we go one, we go all. Everyone thought they were in a disaster movie and they were the heroes. And they were the heroes. So, yeah. But like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep that high vibration and consciousness. Be vigilant, be aware. But, you know, just keep strong. That's what's kept me going, is my faith. It's not just my faith in Trump Q, it's my faith in me, it's my faith in God, the divine, whatever you want to call it. It's a knowing, like the book says, it's a knowing. We've all said that it's a knowing. There's a knowing, there's a beautiful, bright future. It's within me, I can feel it. That's why I've said, me and Catherine having a discussion, you know, when people say, people get mixed up with what I'm saying when they think I'm talking about out there, and you know, we say it's all within. It is all within. God is within you, because you are a part of God and God is within you. but it's happening on the outside as well because it's happening on the inside. But you are powerful because that's what you are. This is why people like you are important, Miss Daydream, for people like us. Thank you, Mark. I mean, I'm not anything special. You're all the same as me. But those of us who will speak out freely, like I had a channel, so I do speak out. And I just felt that was my duty to speak out. And I'm not really that loud, really. I can be shy, but I just couldn't let any of it drop. And because it's got bigger and bigger, and that's what people are doing with platforms. You know, I'm on my last legs on here, but if I come back, I'll come back under the same name, even if I've only got 2 subscribers. I'm not really bothered. Like I said, it's not to do with, you've had trolls out there putting people up saying, oh, they're trying to do it for fame, they're trying to do it for money. I don't get paid off here. I don't do it for fame. I'm not famous. It's not about that. It's about helping people. You help us know we're not nuts. Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest, bestest things is just to help to let everybody know you're not going crazy, because you're not. We're all in this together, and you'll have seen it worldwide on other platforms that you go on, big platforms, Twitter, things that you're seeing that everybody's in this together worldwide. It's not just a one country thing, it's not just a one religion thing or anything like that. We're all in it together. We've got 16 and 16 there, 7 and 7. But yeah, grateful. If I didn't find your channel, I still would be feeling alone. Oh, thanks, Lewis. All of our energies together coming true. Yeah, and that's what it's about. You know, the consciousness is rising. 17 is in now. The consciousness is rising. That's what elevates us all. That's what moves us on a different timeline, if people want to say that, into a new world, because it's a consciousness rising. Like I said in the book, Conversation with God, saying, you know, it's that knowing and what you believe. That's what a lot of us believe, and we can see that I'm holding that space for that energy. Like I said, it's not disconnected from the spiritual, it's all together with the physical. That's why it's happening in the physical. I don't know how many times I have to say that. People don't understand that. There's a lot of people that don't understand that. It's happening in the spiritual, it's happening in the physical, and that is what's happening. It looks a bit weird out there, but there's lots of things going on behind the scenes. Just because you can't initially, people can't initially see what you think, you know, they want to see. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not going on. And that goes for the unseen world is there. I was talking to my mum about that today. That made me laugh as well. She's going about portals because she's watching, is it 1988? We've already gone through the series on the boat. I don't want to put it out there, it's a bit sci-fi. And she's like, oh yeah, I think there were like portals and different dimensions. I went, you're talking about different dimensions, Mum? You're going to laugh at what she said. She went, yeah, it's not like your generation have made it up. I did used to watch Star Trek, you know, so I started laughing. I went, oh my God, Mum. I said, yeah, but the point is, Mum, it's true. And she, you know what Mum said? Yeah, I know. She knows. Oh, she makes me laugh. So she comes out with this stuff sometimes. It's like, oh no. And the next minute she's like, oh yeah, I know. I went, you know. I said, she makes me laugh, honestly. But my mum is funny like that. She took the you-know-whats, but she's quite a strong character, and I think she's good on that sense. But, you know, she's got me as a daughter as well, so what can I say? But I'm going to go now with my pin. I'm quite chuffed with that. He's cute. Like I said, there's lots of things coming in, accessories and things for next year. But like I said, I'm trying to make a lot of stuff up so I can get a website and get a little business going, folks. Maybe I should do some Trump heads. Ooh, what do you think? Yeah, so see, and you've got to have a laugh. Remember to have a laugh. Remember to start enjoying yourself. My sister said when they went out last night, a friend who knows about all the stuff now and apologised to me a few years ago about it. I was really shocked. She said she just started getting back to herself and having a laugh because she went quite quiet. And a lot of people do. I went quite didn't like things, went off music. You know, there's still things I don't do, like I'm not big on drinking and stuff like that. But yeah, Trump pins, honestly, don't dare me to do it. Group hug, yay. Yeah, getting back to you, you know, after all the breakdowns of all that. 17 thumbs up. Yes, RJJ says group hug. I'll have a group hug. Yeah, anyway, thanks for coming in. I probably missed a load of stuff out, but I just want to go and chill out anyway, and I just thought I'd come on because it is important to keep telling people to keep doing you, keep strong, keep vigilant, observe, don't get too caught up, observe, don't get too caught up in the anger. There's still a lot of people caught up in the anger. Just observing the show, but remember, you're part of it. How How are you playing your part in this game? I know what I'm doing. You know, you all have a part to play. Are you helping people? Are you, you know, big part? Like I said, people are being seen all over. If they think they're not being seen through, you know, white hats can see what people are doing, I believe. And they know who the good people helping people. And like I said, people will start to see the people that they can trust and the people that were pretending to be something else. It's going to get seen more and more. People are going to know the people they can really trust, and they're the sort of people that one are going to go and still carry on with, or, you know, be a part of something with anything those people are doing or whatever. I know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, and everyone is going to like us, but what matters is that what matters is you like yourself. Stupid, yeah. You know, be proud of yourselves in this time, because it's harder to have gone up against something as big as it's been. If you think about it, it's been massive, and these past 5 years have been bonkers. To speak out and to stand up about what's just gone on in the past couple of years, you've been like warriors. Do you know what I mean? Warriors. Warriors. We didn't bow down. So, you know, be proud of yourself for that. I don't mean proud of yourself in people like, oh, it's an egotistic way. It's not, no, be proud of yourself. Don't shrink yourself for other people. Be proud, because you doing that has helped other people that couldn't speak out, the ones who are too afraid to speak out. The more they see people speaking out, they'll have the courage to speak out. That's what's happening around the world as well. Great to have you back on the tube, Janine. Yes, thank you. Well, thanks all for coming in, Lois, Junior, Kathy, Mark. Who else did we have? RJJ, Junior. Trying to see, Mary. Anyone who might be watching in the background, still 17 thumbs up, makes me laugh every time. You're telling me white hats are not watching. A Red Eye Jedi, Claire. I'm not going to go all the way up to the top. I don't know if anyone was up there. Yeah, I can't see, I can't remember. So anyone who was maybe at the top that I've not shouted your name out, thanks for coming as well, but I can't keep scrolling. And I'll see you in a week. I'll probably see you tomorrow morning on the way to work. Yeah, and Lois says, where we go on, we go all, exactly. I'll be posting stuff on my community, and just keep safe. But like I said, just keep doing you. Keep doing you, keep smiling, keep being happy, because also if people are seeing you in a good frequency, even though you know what you know, and they're coming to find these things as well, and they're all like, why are you not mad? Keeping that frequency, because then they'll know it's not scary, because they've got to see the truth and they've got to come through the pain. But we all know there's a brighter future at the end of it. You know, there is light at the end of the tunnel. We've just got to sift through the shit, and that's what's still happening. So, you know, thanks everyone for coming in. Thanks for the support. Thanks for supporting me over on Instagram as well. For the people who are over there and on Twitter. But I'd say on here that come in, even if you're just listening in the background, no matter how hard we get, so strong. Exactly. You're very strong people. Just thanks for coming in, because it helps me as well, you know. And I just can't not do this. It's just not a thing that I can't not do. I've tried to not, you know, if I was like, oh, you don't need to go on that. No, I do. It's part of what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just follow my gut of what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, it ain't easy being green, but we got it. Yeah. That's so funny. The froggy face. I need to do one of them as a badge. Yeah. So from me and Bella, we are going. And I will see you soon. You to my sister. Yes. We're all brothers and sisters in this. We're all in it together. The 17 thumbs up. So I'm going to go on that. Where we go, one we go all. I'll see you soon. Bye. Peppy.